Hello everybody, my name is Julian and we're officially 24 hours away from the biggest fight of our generation. That's right, Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul only on Netflix tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I cannot wait. But today I'm going to dive right into my prediction of what's going to really happen. But first I want you to know my opinion of who I want to win. I want Mike Tyson to win. I want Mike Tyson to crush, destroy, demolish, knock out Jake Paul. And this is coming from me. I'm a peaceful person and I'm all against violence, but this is that one time that I'm like, let's get him, Mike, let's get him. I want Mike Tyson to, right when the bell rings, knock Jake out. I know a lot of people would be disappointed if that's the outcome, including Leonardo DiCaprio, who did not like that outcome one of the latest times that Brandon Schaub fought and lost in the first minute. But who cares what Leonardo DiCaprio wants? Either way, I think it's going to be an epic fight. Now this event, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be one of the people sitting at the AT&T Stadium in Texas, so I am fine with it going as quick or as long as it can. But because I'm rooting for Mike Tyson, I really hope he knocks Jake out quick, because I will say that's to me the advantage. If Mike Tyson can get Jake in the first round, second round, or even third round, piece of cake. But after the third round, I'm going to be biting my nails because I don't know if Mike will be able to stay in it because he is 58. I really hope Mike wins for many reasons. I don't like Jake Paul. I really don't. I've never liked Jake Paul, and I really hope Jake Paul gets his ass handed to him. However, regardless, truth be told, of what happens to Jake Paul will win. And I'm gonna break it down what I mean by that. I really hope he doesn't physically win, but look, off the rip, Leonardo DiCaprio got $30 million to be in Don't Look Up. Jake Paul's getting $40 million to be in this fight. Mike Tyson's getting $20 million to be in this fight. That's wild to me that Mike Tyson's getting 50% less than Jake. So off the rip, Jake Paul already won financially. He got twice as much as Mike, which is a shame, deplorable, devastating, but it is what it is. And I gotta tell you, realistically, it's not looking too great for Mike. I know Mike is crazy Mike, and you know, his history is wild and the stuff he's done. Dude, he bit off a dude's ear, and as much as part of me is like, is he gonna bite off Jake's ear? I don't wish that upon Jake. I don't like Jake, but even Jake, I don't want his ear getting bitten off. I don't think anyone should deserve that fate. But realistically, the outcomes that are probably gonna happen is, look, Mike Tyson will win. That's what we all want, great. But Jake Paul still wins if Mike wins, because Jake Paul can brag that he got knocked out or lost to Mike Tyson, which is great street cred. He's already got the $40 million. Jake Paul's gonna, regardless of the outcome of this fight, get to flourish as a boxer, as an influencer, as a former Disney Channel star. You know, and the fact that no matter what happens, he wins is already kind of a devastating loss in my opinion. Now Mike, on the other hand, does have something to lose. If Mike loses to Jake Paul, that's not only humiliating to Mike's career and Mike's stats, because this is not an exhibition match, this is a real bout, a pro bout. Mike Tyson has a lot to lose. If he loses, fighting is going to start to look much more comedic than it ever has. Fighting, boxing is a very serious professional sport, but if you're going to have these influencers that are making twice as much as professional boxers, it's just outlandish, and it does not give the sport a good name. Now I totally get Netflix is all about views, and I think they're going to have more views than they got on the Tom Brady roast, so kudos to them. This is just going to help them get more bags. So at the end of the day, regardless of who wins or loses, Netflix definitely is the winner. Also, if it's a tie, that's still not a good look for Mike Tyson or boxing as a whole. I'm concerned and worried that Jake Paul is going to win this fight. I'm really hoping I'm wrong, but that is my prediction. Jake Paul will win, because look, if Jake Paul can outlast Mike Tyson in 3 rounds and like keep going by the 4th or 5th round, I think he's going to tire Mike out and then be able to knock him out. Hopefully not, or just be able to win based on counts. If Mike Tyson is able to knock him out in the first 3 rounds, piece of cake, all's good. Mike has that, but unfortunately I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think this is going to be drawn out, and I think Jake will ultimately either win or it'll come down to a tie. Even if Mike does not knock Jake out, that will be a loss for Mike, because it's like, then people are going to be like, Mike does not have it anymore. Now, it will be fair, I don't think anyone should ever get into a fight with Mike, and if Jake and Mike were in a real fight, like on the street, Mike would win every time, day or night. It doesn't matter, but there's rules, and they're in a boxing match with rounds, and Jake unfortunately does have a chance of winning this. Now let's look at the stats of Mike and Jake Paul, starting with the fact that, look, Mike Tyson came from the streets, came from a very rough time, grew up getting bullied and got sick of being bullied, and so eventually started fighting the bullies. A kid that didn't have any like parental role models got coached and became the fiercest fighter that we know today. Now Jake Paul came from YouTube, got really big, and then boom, became a Disney star, got kicked out of Disney, but continued becoming bigger and bigger as a social media influencer. That's his like story. However, I will say Jake Paul has always frightened me because if you look at kind of his history, his personal life, he has a lot of baggage on his own, but him and his brother are both looked at as like some of the most hated people. So their brand is actually flourishing by the more hate they get, which is part of the reason I bet Jake Paul got $40 million to do this fight. Everyone wants him to lose, but that hype is getting a lot of viewers, butts and seats, eyeballs on the screen to watch this event on Netflix tomorrow. Mike is currently 58 years old, where Jake is 27. That's a 31-year difference, and I will say a lot of people, you know, are starting to make jokes about the fact that it's kind of cringe, the fact that a youngin is about to fight against, you know, someone that's becoming a senior citizen. Jake has won 10 fights currently, where Mike Tyson has won 58. So it's a 48 difference, but I will tell you, based on their age, it does not necessarily mean Mike's a guaranteed shoo-in. Jake Paul has 9 wins and 1 loss, where Mike Tyson has 30 wins and 6 losses. Now, even though that's a 41 difference in terms of wins and a 5-loss difference, I'm still very concerned about the fact that, look at Mike Tyson's age, look at how much he's been through physically. Like, even though his training was epic, he even said on the Joe Rogan Experience the fact that he was winded, he was gassed after that, which makes me just again be concerned about his longevity in the ring. Hopefully Mike can destroy Jake really quick, otherwise the odds are not going to be as great for Mike. Jake has 6 knockouts, where Mike has 44 knockouts. That's a 38 knockout difference. Their height is very similar. Jake is 6 foot, where Mike Tyson's 5'10", only 2 inches difference. And the weight is also getting pretty close, as Jake Paul has been bulking and bulking and bulking up, and apparently is going to get to the same weight as Mike Tyson during the fight, which is a 220-pound weight. So I just found out that there's actually going to be 7 fights that night. I was always aware of the one of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, both in the heavyweight division. They're going 8 rounds, but I found out there's actually 6 more fights, 3 of which are title fights. Now, even though we're all excited for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, which is the reason the majority of us are going to go tune in to this Netflix show, I need us all to brace for impact. As much as I'm hoping Mike Tyson wins without a doubt in a landslide, there is a chance that Jake Paul's not gonna lose. And even worse, there's a chance that Jake Paul will win. I'm hoping that's not the fate, but look at the numbers. Look, again, I would not want to fight with either of them in the ring. But Mike Tyson has been through a lot in his past, and as much as Jake Paul has been through his own physical ailments, he's a lot younger and can deal with a lot more damage than Mike can. And I'm just concerned for Mike's health, Mike's mentality, and just Mike's legacy if he loses this fight. I will say, regardless of what happens, I do think Mike should officially retire after this one. Hopefully he wins, but regardless, Mike, go do other stuff for your own livelihood, for your own longevity, for your own mental sanity. My man, crush it, get the bag, and then dip off. But that is my prediction. That is what I think is going to happen. I can't wait for tomorrow. But let me know what your thoughts are. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please wham that like button and bam that subscribe button to help the channel grow. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. But hey, enjoy the fight. But Mike, slay the day with this one. Slay the day. Let young Mike come out. I know Jake's in his peak, but let the monster Mike just take over and destroy.